Hey, today we're looking at the awesome rim reflectors from Carbonrevo that fitted on my VSETT 10. What do they do? How easy was it? I'll do a quick video to show you how I put them on, and finally if I find any issues, so you don't have to. Okay, watch the vid and get stuck in. Hi, I'm Alan, EMG, and I'm going to go through what the Carbonrevo stickers actually do. Basically, they're a modification you can do to your scooter just to make it look a little bit better, with the added bonus that they reflect your rims a bit more brightly in the night. So if you're crossing a junction or something, cars are coming up sideways onto you, hopefully they will see you more visibly from the reflection from the rims. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to go through the video of how I put them all together. It was quite something. They are really fiddly. I won't lie to you now, they are quite awkward to do. However, I've managed to do it, and I've done it 2 different ways, and in the video I'll show you the best way. Originally I took the rims off, separated them. I had a puncher at the time anyway, so I had to break them apart, so I did it via that route. And when you come to put your tyre back on, you can scuff the edges, so the best way to do it is with the tyre in situ, so you can come down from the edge a little bit, knowing that in future when you take, because we all get punctures, when you take them apart, you're not going to tear the stickers or ruin the edge of the stickers on the rim, so you get a longer life out of the rim stickers. Okay, so let's go into the build. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is get the thing up in the air so you can get the wheels off. I've used a 5mm Allen key. We're going to get the brake caliper out of the way first. Now the reason I do this, as I say in all my videos, is because you don't want to bend the disc. No one wants to bend the disc. So don't take a chance to take the caliper off, it's easy. So taking the caliper off, obviously if you've done it before, you should be locked tight in those little bolts in, so they can be a bit stiff. Get them out of the way, and then move the caliper out of the way. You don't need to do this on your back wheel, but on your front wheel, the wire that runs to the headlight, that goes through the bracket, and it's all sort of glued in on the underside of the mudguard. When you come to take it off, you'll see this, but because it's glued to the mudguard, right, and it's wrapped around the motor wire, when you take the wheel off, you're going to need to remove the mudguard. So get the mudguard out of the way first. Makes life so much more easier. You don't want to be coming across that problem. So you see the wire here, this is the wire that goes to the motor wire, which is going down to the front wheel. Okay, with a 21mm socket, we now get the spindle undone. You'll have 4 washers basically, 2 on the inside of the spindle, which go on the inside of the swing arms, and 2 on the outside. Now the washers on the outside have the locator tabs that you can see just go into them slots. They just stop the wheel from falling out should the wheel become loose. Next you need to get this wire out of the way. I've done this a few times now, so I tend to leave my clips slightly undone, but to get the wire out of the way, maybe you be advised to just undo the little Phillips screwdriver first, well, the little crosshead on the front. We're now got the wheel assembly out of the way, and this is where I want to pick up on a previous video. If you haven't seen this video, go back and watch it. This is the one where I sealed the deck, but underneath there, when you get it out of the way, you'll see a hole. Now the hole was quite well highlighted in this one, because I've put a bit of helicopter tape over my hole, and any dirt that got in there previous to that helicopter tape going on has now stuck to the tape. So with the wheel out of the way, on the deck, you can see I've got 2 rags here, that just protects the deck. We're going to get the front, in this case the front disc brake out of the way. I know you can have problems with these Allen keys. People have mentioned they've had problems with them shearing. So when you come to put it back in, it's probably best you put new ones in, because the more times you take the heads out, the more worn they're going to get. Usually when you buy discs, they come with heads, but please, you know, just bear that in mind. So we get the disc out of the way, and the reason being is because when I flip it over, I don't want to bend the disc, because it'll be leaning on the disc. And secondly, when you've got the disc out of the way, you can actually get to that part of the rim so much more easily. You're not trying to get behind it. So get out of the way, get the rim really cleaned up well. I mean, I use, to start with, a rag with a bit of water on it, so it's a damp rag. That you need to get all the way on the inner edge as well, because the stickers fold in. You'll see in a little while when we apply some heat, the stickers are folded in there. Best to get both sides done. If you've got a fancy valve cap like I have, get that out of the way. Just try to get all of the obstructions out of the way basically here. So you can see I'm cleaning both sides of the rim. Actually, my rims ain't that dirty anyway, but if you've ridden it for a few hundred miles, it's probably best you get something like a bit of alcohol or something like that, methylated spirits, just to clean any dirt that might be still stuck there, tarmac or such. Right now I spray the rim with just a coating of water, and the reason being for this is when you apply the stickers, you want to be able to lift them and place them, lift them and place them, because you're not going to get it right first time. 100% it's not going to go right the first time. You're going to lift it up, place it, lift it up, place it, until you're happy that it is in place. Now, I don't know if you can just see, there's a little tiny bit of silver at the top of the rim. Now, I've mentioned this earlier, and I've done this. The reason you need to do this is so when you take the tyre off in future, it doesn't catch the edge of the sticker when it's going over the rim, because that'll just ruin it. All this hard work you've done to get your rims looking nice and get 5 miles down the road and you have a puncture and you want to change in a tube, you're going to need to get the rim off, and you don't want to do that if it's up close there. Now you can see here I used the back of the 3mm Allen key because that seemed to slot down there really nicely. It's a really tight gap, and with a bit of heat from a hairdryer you can bend it over. So here I am placing the opposite sticker on, and we'll demonstrate, you know, get your hairdryer, warm up the sticker, get down there, and you'll see how it folds. It kind of shrink wraps itself a little bit. So it's really decent in that fact that it, you know, it kind of wants to mold itself down there. That makes life really easy. So now we've applied the third part of the sticker. You can actually see now what I mean by it going down the edges. I've got a big shout out to Carbonrevo here, because these stickers, I made them on their website. You can all go down and custom link that and put whatever you can write whatever you want on them. It's fantastic. Pick whatever colorways you want. I mean, I've chosen blue and orange to go with my VSETT scooter. But once they're done, I mean, the guys at Carbonrevo, I used Oz Racing as one of my labels that I was going to put on it, and they actually downloaded, or they actually got the file and put it, you know, the proper logo on it. So a big shout out to them guys for doing that. That's fantastic, and it looks brilliant. So I'm reassembling. You can see I've already put the disc on, reassembling the front wheel, and in the background there you can see my Uvaform damper. If you like the look of that, I've done a whole video last week on that one, so by all means go and check that one out. I, you know, highly recommend that. Reinstall the motor cable. Once your cable's back in, reinstall the mud guard, and in another one of my videos, I'm linking to so many videos right now, but in another video of my videos you can see I've raised my mud guard to give it this clearance between the wheel and the guard, which, you know, because I ride off-road, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. So here I am, I've just reinstalled the caliper, back with the 5mm Allen key here. Okay, at this point here, we just thread lock your bolts back into the caliper. You need them to be thread locked. You don't want to move or get loose or rattle or whatever like that. So we're going to tighten it down, and to do that we pull on the brake lever just to align the caliper to the disc so the two are parallel to each other, and then whilst we've got the brake lever pressed, tighten up the bolts, release the lever, give the wheel a spin. If it's not quite right, do the process again until you're happy, and that should be a noise-free stickered up VSETT scooter. Okay, brilliant. This is magic, isn't it?